Tuesday, stop loss hit Wednesday, stop loss hit Thursday, stop loss hit Friday. You must look at that chart every single day, and your decision that you're going to make there will determine if the bills are going to be paid or you're going to have food on the table tonight or not. To hell with you. I make money from courses. It's a business, mate. The brokers are paying for their bloody lifestyles as well. I know people in the bloody industry, mate.
Top Trader South Africa, and I'm bringing you guys another installment of Market Masters, where I sit down with the most prominent and talented traders in the industry. And a big shout out to Octa for bringing us to Cape Town, as you guys can see by the views behind us, behind my guests, behind us together as well, is that we're in Cape Town right now. And a big shout out to the sponsor for all making that possible for us to sit down as traders from here. And yeah, today I've got a very esteemed guest. A big energy guy.
Come on.
From the first phone call, actually, it wasn't even the first phone call. You were like, no, let's video call. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. I need to see, on social media, I have so many fake accounts, but I need to see, who are you?
Yeah. Now, I've got Michael Schmidt with me today. Thank you so much for coming out.
Brother, thank you so much for inviting me. I really do appreciate it. First of all, I was going to cancel it. I was going to cancel this morning.
Oh, yeah?
I was sitting with a runny nose.
Really?
I was literally, I told my wife, I was like, babe, listen, I don't smoke. I'm not feeling well. I don't think this is for me. But I think he's going to go back to Joburg next week. And I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and catch a flight to just do this podcast with him.
Yeah.
But listen, I'm so glad I'm here. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, honestly. Thanks also to the guy behind the camera as well.
Yeah.
Listen, this is going to be a fantastic podcast that we're going to have. It's going to be educational, especially for your viewers. And I think the main thing, where would you like to start off, man?
Before we even start off, guys, so as you guys can hear, there is a disturbance. We have so many shoots scheduled today, so we cannot kind of stop production. So we do hope it's not too distracting as well. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it, but we're just gonna kind of soldier on.
I'm gonna wing it, man. I'm good. We're just
gonna soldier. We'll try and speak into the mics a bit more so that people can kind of hear the voices clearly. But guys, it is what it is. If we don't shoot today, then hey, man,
nothing's gonna be done.
Let's take it back. I think that's what we're here for, to find out the story, actually, what made Michael Schmidt to be Michael Schmidt, but also the things that have happened in your life kind of contribute to who you are today. So 100%. We can actually take it back, as far back as you want to go.
100%.
I mean, even as a
No, definitely. You know what? First and foremost, one thing you need to know is I was always an individual that I got what I needed in life and not what I wanted. We're living life today, and there's so many of us that we just want the finer things in life, And as a youngster, I can say from the age of around 14, 15 years old, how it actually started, and this is really the point. I was a beneficiary of my uncle's passing, all right? I was a beneficiary of my uncle's passing, and this sum of money was actually supposed to be, look at it to be, for my school fees. Now, I want you to put 2 and 2 together. I was a child that got what I needed, not what I wanted. And here's 80,000 Rand for you, but it's for your school fees, all right? Now, here's the catch. I'm young. I don't know anything about money. What am I going to do? I'm going to go shopping, mate. I'm going to go shopping. I'm going to go get a lot of things that I want. And that nice bag, that nice pair of shoes, this, that. Yeah, it wasn't that much money, but, for me, it felt like a lot back in the days. And yeah, I went spending super dry, got this, got that.
Trading without fees. Now that's possible with Octa. Octa has no commissions on deposits and withdrawals, no swaps or fees. Get your gains in full and earn more in the long run. Trade with spreads from 0.2 pips on majors, metals, and indices, and more with Octa. Execute orders always at market price and withdraw money on time when you need it. Conditions can't get any better with Octa. See for yourself. Use the promo code TOPTRADER and get 100% deposit bonus. Trading made clear with Octa.
And I would say the main thing for me was I was happy. I was living that rock star lifestyle. I was happy at that point in my life. And a few months later, guess what? Mike's, you're going to go to Standard Bank with your father to go pay next year's school fees. Now I'm like, flip, I have no money left.
What age are you at this point?
You could say around 14 years old.
Yeah.
All right. I was 14 years old. I was in high school, mate. All right. And this sum of money is now gone. There's 3,000 Rand left, bro. Let me tell you what happened from there. I found myself selling a lot of the things. I was like, flip, I need to sell some things. I need to make, I think it was around 20,000 Rand for the school fees. I went to Norman Nqobile High School, all right? And what happened was I sold some of the stuff, but it still did not equate to that actual amount that I had to pay for the school fees. My father's going to give me a whacking year. So I found out about trading and I was like, okay, let's see if this works. Now, I won't lie to you at all right? A lot of buddies of mine at school said, Michael, get into trading. I think this would be the best way to make up some money and, you know what, be able to pay that school fees. Listen, I'm not saying my parents won't be able to pay for the school fees, but I'm saying to you that I think it will just help. So yeah, this is where it came down to me contacting a gentleman. All right, I don't want to put in any names because obviously it's not going to be in a positive context for this individual. But I think that I asked him a question on Instagram. I can literally pull out this DM right now. I won't lie to you. I was like, listen here, bro, I need to make money. And he was so openly inviting me to, he even flew down from Joburg for me. And flying down from Joburg, I was like, no, this guy is the real deal. I paid 3,000 Rand. Okay, cool. Yeah. We sat in a mug and bean sitting area and I was like, okay, quiet. Let's learn how to make money. Taught trend lines, taught support and resistance, high highs, high lows, low highs, your market structure, everything. And I thought this was it. This was this is the thing for me to, make money, to get the school fees money, takes the biggest stress off my shoulders. And now I can maybe see where. And then he posted a video of one of his students driving a Soraka R, the VW Soraka R. Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay, listen, can this also be me in 3 months? He was like, yes, no, definitely. Oh, yeah. I was like, flip, this is amazing. Trading is awesome, great. Got into it. Bro, I won't tell you a word of a lie. I've made literally, I didn't even make 100 Rand. That time in my trading, I was just mainly focused, number one, blame it on me that I was getting into the industry with the wrong mindset. Okay. I was getting into the industry with a mindset of trying to make money. Yeah. And I think this is a great thing for the viewers because a lot of the individuals do this. Mm-hmm. Listen, we all get into the trading because we want to make money, we want to do this, but let's have a little bit of a reality check here now. Yeah. All right? I got into it. It didn't work out in the beginning. And yes, it came to the point I was eventually taken to Standard Bank. I was dressed in actually the clothes that I bought all the money. Oh yeah. And great. My father's from the UK and he literally was like, standing there was like, Mike, pass your card. I gave over the card with confidence. I gave over that bank card, that standard student achiever.
So at any point right now, are you not thinking, should I just come out with the truth?
No, I just literally winged it. And I want you to know, okay, listen, I winged it and the lady was, sorry, sir, there's insignificant amount of funds. And I was like, okay, flip, here we go. My father's like, no, there can't be. There can't be. He immediately picks up the phone. He phones my mother. My mother's in Checkers. Listen here, my mother's in Checkers, brother. Yeah. And well, she said, okay, she's coming over. Now, I'll never forget this. Sometimes when you walk, just picture someone walking through that sliding doors that, that revolves around the circle. Someone's walking through there with Checkers bags. My mother, colored mother, just know shit's about to go down. Shit's about to go down, bro. And I was like, okay, here we go. She's the smart one. Okay. All right? She's the smart one. Oh, yeah? She's like, pull a bank statement. Now you're going to see colcachos for 10. You're going to see super dry, shorts, a hoodie, everything, you name it. Yeah. Great, it got to a point they found it out, about what happened with the funds, and I was still in trading that time, but it was a big balls up. I'll be honest with you. Okay, there was no success, nothing. That was a few months in. All right. Now, there was, a big thing that was happening as I was going along in my journey. Parents found out everything. That was the biggest thing taken off my shoulders. And I said to myself, you know what? Let's really see where this can actually take me. Let's see where trading can actually take me. All right? I'm someone, I hate studying. I hate it. Okay? I want to make a success for myself. All right? I do not want to work for anybody. I'll rather take the risk for myself than work for someone that actually takes the risk. Now, getting into it, I was literally demotivated along the whole beginning of my journey. Picture a youngster doing maths lit, the class clown, brings his laptop to school and he's sitting on the chart. Now you're like, what is this out doing? That was exactly how a lot of people in my schooling career was looking at me like, who is this guy? Who the hell is this guy? He is such a clown in school. Teachers like this guy's taking his whole life and his whole schooling career for a joke. What is he doing here? No one believed in me. All right. There was one day I came home. All right. There was one day I came home and I literally, I had a desk in the middle of my room and I was sitting at home and my head, that feeling where you want to pull out your hair, your elbows on the desk and you just feel so demotivated. I had a bad day of trading and I really thought to myself, I had a little bit of a reality check and I was like, where's this actually going to take me? All right. Am I going to make a success out of trading? Is this going to be a whole mess up? And I won't lie to you. From there, my father walked into the room and he was like, are you still doing this trading thing? And I was like, yeah, 100%. It's not going well though. And
So
I think, let me put it on silent quick. And he was like, what's happening in your trading? And I was like, it's not going well. It's not going the way I want it to go. I'm not making money. I don't know, what am I doing wrong? And my father's always somebody. He goes to spa. He has a lovely cup of coffee in the morning. And there was a gentleman that he met. And I think he knew this gentleman for quite some time. And he introduced me to this gentleman. He's in the market for around 27, 28 years today.
Sure.
All right. And I went to this guy's place. Picture you driving. This was in Bishop's Court, Cape Town, top place. All right.
Okay.
It's like, you could say the Sandton you can say like the Sandton of Cape Town, basically. And we're driving through this place and I'm like, wow, my dad's like, this is a successful trade. And I'm like, okay, I wish I could also be here. And I picked his brain. The only thing he said to me, and this was straight facts. He said to me, you know what, Mike, he asked me for my trading history. I was like, yeah, this is my trading history. It's not going well. And there was no strategy involved in the conversation, nothing like that. It was just a whole, a reality check in what trading actually is. And I think this is a shift for a lot of traders to know that trading is not just skill driven. That's the first thing he said to me. It's not just skill driven. Trading is a game of probability. Mike's, you having the worst week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, months of trading. You don't know where you are. You don't know what's really going to come out of this. And he mainly said to me, you know what? This is my trading history. And I'm like, flip, you actually have the same amount of losses and the same amount of wins compared to me. But why are you profitable? Again, he said, trading is a probability game. This is actually a game. Can you manage your funds correctly? It's a probability game. You can't find yourself every single bloody day accepting or asking, can I be right every single day of your trading? That's not going to work like that. And just from the whole discussion that we had, I went home so, full of energy, full of a drive. And I was like, you know what? This is really what I want to do with my life. I was motivated from this gentleman, from a lot of the materialistic things that he had. He had beautiful cars. He had a Maserati. He had a beautiful Range Rover. His kids drove the top of top cars. And I was like, this is what I want, man. And from that, I went home and I was like, this is really what I want to do. I went back to school. People started looking at me. I'm a joke. And I'm the class clown. This guy's not going to make a success out of his life. Great. Matric came. There's a few years in. All right, matric came. A lot of people still looking down on trading. What the hell is this? And I was like, great. I have to prove a point here. This was the matric year, was the time of my life where I was actually a profitable trader.
Oh, yeah.
All right? I was a profitable trader, and I was like, yeah.
Wait, sorry, not to interrupt.
Yeah.
Okay, but at this point, everything is happening up until matric. Everything you've told us right now is
100%.
up until matric.
Up until matric. It was crazy.
Okay.
And literally, in matric, a lot of people still not believing what's trading, still talking down on me. You're wasting your life. You're going to become a nothing in life. And I just felt that I had to prove a point. Great. Next day, not the next day, but a few days later, I told one of my buddies, hey, let's go over to BMW, Cape Town. All right, there's a branch there in Cape Town. And I said to him, listen, let's do something cool. And I immediately went, now picture me in my school uniform. I went up to a salesman and I was like, I love this car. And he was like, no, that's a beautiful car. One day when you're ready, you let me know. I was like, I want it now. Cash, now. All right? I was 18 years old. Guy was completely shocked. He was like, what the hell? This is probably the first time he's going to sell a I can remember, it's M235 in this guy's school uniform. Great. Money paid, transferred, everything. I have everything I can show you. There's a picture. It was a day, 2 days later, I went into BMW. This was after school. And I literally went there with my school uniform, my grasshoppers, you name it, bro. And we took the picture, when you're handing over the keys. Now picture a school lighty in his actual, in his school blazer and his uniform. He just purchased a car, cash. And literally on that day, I showed the slip. This amount sent to BMW. I think it was like around 400,000 rand. All right. That's where everything changed.
Yeah.
That's where everything changed. Now, it's a good thing, but it's also a bad thing. And I'll talk about that shortly. It was a good thing for me because that's where MDS Forex Institute started. Okay. That's where the institute started because that's where, picture you don't know nothing about trading. You heard about trading and here you see the school light. He just bought a bloody beautiful all black BMW cash. And you're like, no, talk to me about this. Now, that day, brother, when I went to school, every single school, like this is like every single child's dream, going to school with your car you bought. And that's where everyone was looking like, whoa, so trading actually works. 100% it does. But when the institute grew from there, the institute grew with a very, very negative and a toxic demand. Why I say that is because now you're seeing somebody from trading pulling out this. What's your expectation? Mike's, can I do this as well?
Yeah.
I want to get into trading. Can I literally replicate the same results as you? That's why I got into trading as well. Let's not forget. I was also the one that asked the question, can I also buy this Soraka R?
Yeah.
And I won't lie to you, that's where the institute started. Yeah, we were with, back in the days, we were with JP Markets. This was before the fall. Yeah. Before the case and everything. I did my lectures there. I used to bunk school to go do my classes. There's some videos and everything. It's insane. And that's where the institute really shot off, you know? Yeah.
Okay. We're going to come back here, okay? Because the thing is, we need to actually get to the point of the day you bought the car.
Yeah.
Now we need to backtrack it a bit, where the money came from, because right now I understand it came from trading, but also I just want to understand like the psychology behind what you were doing on the charts.
Yeah.
What was happening? How were you withdrawing money? How much were you withdrawing?
Yeah.
Because we need to understand that as well, leading up to that point.
Yeah.
And then after that point, we're going to go to MDS as
Yeah.
well. Also kind of just break down that negative connotation that you had on the company.
Yeah, 100%.
Let's take it back a bit.
Let's take it back.
Yeah.
So with going back over there, I would say that, you know what, the profits and everything, 100%, You know, it came from the trading and everything. Like I said to you, come to the end of grade 11, beginning of grade 12. That was like my profitable start in trading. You know, I'm not somebody that actually looks up to the way I did trade back in the day, because I was quite a big risk taker. But I think with big risk came big rewards, and I think that's where I really found myself. You know, the barcoding side of things. You know, taking a $2,000 to 30K and a 20K to around 100K.
Yeah,
that was exactly me. No, I look at it like this: I had no responsibilities, so I don't need to pay any bond. I don't need to pay anything off. I'm going to go full out in this. And the trading aspect of it over there, I would say that, you know what, it was a tough journey in the beginning, but it definitely did find itself paying. Yeah, the withdrawals, I looked at like, okay, here we go, a 10K withdrawal, a 15K withdrawal, a 20K when it's a good day. And I think the biggest withdrawal that I actually made in those younger days was around like 40 odd thousand rand. I'll never forget that. All right. And it was just being consistent with that. I was like, okay, cool. Making that money, I need to prove a point. That's where we got to the point of, okay, I'm going to purchase this vehicle. I'm going to find myself seeing what I can do, you know what, grow the brand, the institute. Because I was like, everybody is actually, people want to see. People want to see. It's great. I can show you some great results on social media of making money and everything. But people actually want to see. Okay, show me something materialistic and I'll guarantee you I'll jump into trading. And that's how this industry is driven on. Materialistic things. I look at it like that. So yeah, man, I think it was a journey. It was really, really tough. As I said to you, it wasn't really butterflies and rainbows coming into grade 11 and 12.
But you make it sound like it was butterflies and rainbows.
Bro, I wish, you know what, if I can talk to you about the psychology of things, you know, greed, revenge, fear, and doubt. You know what? Today, I'm someone that talks from experience. All right? I talk from a lot of experience in me saying to you that greed is a bastard. Revenge is a bastard. After a bad losing week of trading, doubt is going to become the biggest one. And also after that doubt kicks in, you're going to have that fear. All right? And that fear at the end of the day hit me many, many times. You know, I'm somebody that when I get into trading, and even if it being life, I'm going to have to learn the hard way around things. I'm going to have to make a mistake over and over and over and over and over until I can say to you, okay, you know what, I think I've learned this mistake. And that's literally what happened. You know, I think the revenge trading and everything, every trader should go through it. You know, I don't look at it as something that I can tell you. I always tell my clients, you know what, you can watch any documentary, you can listen to any podcast or whatever. Don't expect tomorrow you're going to be that successful trader from that. Because why I say this is because you need to go through why they said that for you to actually have a solid understanding to, hey, this is important.
But isn't this where now we have people who have walked the path ahead of us, that we follow them, that they tell us, hey, don't go down there now?
Now, I 100% agree with you. And I think that's what I do. I'll tell my clients, don't go down that route. But to a point where I would also want you to do that. Because when you grow as a trader, you grow from experience. You know, a loss that you make is you paying for experience. So how do you think you're actually going to grow as a trader? Do you think revenge? Don't forget, we humans. A human being was never built to be a successful individual. You have to take your whole personality in trading, remove it, and actually, you know what? How could I say? Instead of being that person with emotion, greed, and revenge, be somebody that can actually be like, you know what? Put this rule in place to prevent that. Put this rule in place to prevent that. Where it comes down to maybe greed. Great, greed. How do you prevent that? You find yourself saying, okay, that's my goal for the day. I aim for one trade for the day. Now, how do you even get to that point? How do you get to that point? Is through actually taking 5, 6, 7 trades a flipping week or even in a day and noticing that, okay, that actually wasn't the smartest idea. Look at, I had a loss on the first trade and look how it ended come to the end of the day. Even worse. I could have made it a much better loss or a much better day if I just had to stick to one trade for the day. You know, I have this belief that any trade after your first trade, any trade you're going to take after that first trade you've took in the morning, afternoon, evening, any trade after the first is always going to be out of emotion. That second trade you're going to take is always emotion.
Okay.
Because I look at it like this. If you have taken that first trade right now, all right, and you've profited off it, if you're not happy with that profits, what's that telling me? And you're going to go again at your chart. What's that telling me? That's greed. You know, you're not satisfied with what you just made. Why are we chasing? Why are we chasing these figures? After 2 comes 3, after 3 comes 4. You're basically asking for the shit to hit the fan. Let's just say your second trade is a loss. Why can't you cut that out? Why can't you cut it and say, I'm done for the day? You know, what do you expect trading is supposed to be? You know, I look at it like this. There's so many traders in this industry that really want great for their families, their future and everything. But they just get into it with the wrong bloody mindset.
Yeah.
The wrong mindset.
Yeah.
And why I say the wrong mindset is because, you know, yes, we want to make money. But a lot of people crying about, my first month of trading is pathetic. I'm in the markets for 6 months. I'm not doing exceptionally well. You want to know something? The reason why you need to understand this. As a trader, you look at it like this. Anything you want to do in life, all right? There's going to be, working a 9 to 5 is not easy. Running your own business is not easy.
Yeah.
Look at you guys. We had a chat on earlier on how you guys started. It was a struggle in the beginning.
Yeah.
All right, nothing's going to come easily.
That's true.
And I look at it like this. You're going to find yourself, let's just say, for example, you're going to study for a degree. How long is it going to take you? 3-4 years? All right, 3-4 years. But that's 3-4 years of what was the sacrifice over there. Your sacrifice was, number one, your time and your money. Your time being you spent 3 to 4 years studying this. Your money being you paid your school fees. Trading, which was the switch for me and which is the switch for a lot of traders, is understanding that trading is the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Trading is the exact same thing of your 2 sacrifices, again, is your time and your money. Your time in building the experience and your money to pay for the experience. You know, you paying for this experience. And a lot of traders, you know, what I hate today is that I get a lot of messages, Mike's, you know what, and this is not even clients of mine. Mike's, I'm not doing well in my trading. And things are not going exceptionally well. I am in a burden. I need to make money. This is happening. That's happening. People like that, honestly, should not even think of trading. I think you go find a job to go do that. I think that you guarantee the income from it.
People don't want to hear that.
No, people need to hear
They
that.
don't want to hear that one right there.
It's the fucking facts.
Yeah.
You know, this industry, I'll be honest with you, and this is my personal opinion on this industry. This industry is so messed up.
Yeah.
You know, the people that's getting into trading is getting into trading because of looking at this individual and is like, oh, I want to replicate this lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
I want to replicate this lifestyle.
That's true.
I want this. I want this for myself. So you getting into trading, wanting to replicate this lifestyle. Now you need to understand that you're getting into it because you're trying to make money. And now, second of all, you are trying to bypass and cheat your way through that first, second, third year of your trading where you're actually supposed to be building the experience.
Yeah.
That is the time where you should really focus on what is trading actually all about.
Yeah.
I want to learn. And through that, if people could just understand that your first year, second year, third year is a time where you really just need to focus on learning what to do, your strategy. Strategy is 10% of things. Learn about money management. Learn how to control your psychology. Get that bloody things right. And I can tell you, you'd be a much better trader and you'll surpass so many things. Like I always tell my clients even, one way to get rid of emotions in trading is to actually have money management in place.
Yeah.
Serious.
100%.
Yeah. If you want to find yourself at the end of the day getting rid of greed, money management.
Yeah.
You want to find yourself getting rid of revenge. The reason why, understand where it's stemming from. The reason why you want to revenge trade is because you were not happy with the loss that you literally just took. You were not happy with that. So what you're going to try and do is try and make that money back up. Understand where that stemmed from. Take it back now and say, okay, how could I have prevented that? Risk money, you can afford to lose them. All right? If you can tell me, if I'm going to say to you, give me a 50 Rand, I need an Uber fee back home. You're going to give me that 50 Rand and you're not going to ask for it back. Am I correct? If I had to say, give me $2,000, I need around 40-odd thousand Rand. I need to take a flight here, flight there, flight there. In a few months' time, you're going to message me back and you're going to say to me, Mike, can I get that money back, please, man? And that's the same thing that happens in trading. You're going to take a big chunk out of your pocket, giving it to the market, something that you couldn't afford, and now you want to immediately make that money back. That's a total wrong mindset. You know, so I think at the end of the day, if you can just have the right mindset in trading, your psychology is the most important.
Yeah. Talking about the right mindset, the goal of a successful trader is to make the best trades, and money is only secondary. You know, because I know we spoke about having the wrong mindset, rather chasing the money rather than learning and all that. I know that's one thing that you're very passionate about, is that like a lot of people are like just chasing the money, which again, we understand, because you also mentioned earlier on, that's how MDS started.
That's how, 100%. That's exactly how. So I would say to you, you know what, the chasing money aspect of things, if a client or if a trader can just get into this industry and say to them, you know what, let's take a different route. The industry already has such a bad name, all right? Fraudsters, scams, and all of that. I'm going to get into this industry, and my first year, 2 years, I'm just going to focus on actually learning, okay? Learning what the hell this is all about. Go through all the negative things in trading. Learn why I should do this, learn why I should not do that. I think you have a higher chance on actually being a successful trader at the end of the day, you know, because look at it to be, I always say this, I always send a morning message to my clients and I say, hey guys, listen, do something different. Be 1% better every single day. Just be 1% better. I don't expect you to get into trading with the greatest of mind or, you know what, understanding everything. You can literally get into trading, understanding jack, and yes, having a good mentor by your side, but getting into trading and having a pathetic day of trading today, you journal every single thing down and just try to be 1% better tomorrow. If you can be 1% better and look at every single day, 365 days in a year, all right, 2-3 years down the line, how far do you think you would be in your trading if you just had to have that mindset of every day, I just want to do one thing better. I want to be 1% better. Whether that 1% better is going to be, okay, today I did not have money management. 1% better tomorrow can be what? I'm going to have money management. Maybe look at it to be, I took trades out of emotion today. Your 1% better the next day is, do not do that. And that's how you're actually going to grow. You know, trading is not supposed to be something easy. Trading was never supposed to be easy, but it's supposed to really offer you. And number one, you're going to find out who you really are as an individual. And number two, you just need to learn from it. You know, learn to be that robot. You know, a robot is designed to not these robots we're talking about, the expert advisor stuff, eh? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about an actual physical robot. Be a robot that is designed to do certain things. Don't be greedy. Don't have revenge trading in place. Be coming to the market with a sane mind. Because many of us, we come to the market and we're like, okay, I need to make this amount today. So what am I going to do? I'm going to open up that chart there. You're already jumping in with the wrong mindset. You're already jumping in with the wrong mindset now because, first of all, when you get to that chart, you're supposed to get to that chart with a sane mind. If you're not jumping in with a sane mind, there's a saying that goes, you're going to start trading what you think is going to happen, not what you see is going to happen. Your emotions is actually taking so much control over you as an individual and what you want to see and not what the market wants you to see. You know? So I think that's a very, very big thing in one's trading that I would say that a lot of people struggle with. The psychology of things and the whole mindset. Social media is, I don't even want to get there. If I'm going to get to social media and the industry as a whole, I'll tell you literally, brother, I can tell you there's going to be so much mentors that's going to bash me because I'm going to be taking the spoon out of their mouth, the bread and the butter that actually pays them.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, with me being 7 to 8 years in the industry right now, I can tell you that, you know, all you just need is, I look at conducting 3-day courses. My first question I'll ask you, if you had to walk in for a 3-day course and we haven't started at 8 yet, let's just say it's 7:30. I like to really ask questions. And my question I enjoy asking is, how long do you think it's going to take you? How long are you giving yourself in trading to actually make it? Because what I want to really find out here is who's the people that's actually here to learn, to really take on this journey, and who are the individuals that's actually here to try and make a quick buck here and there. You know? And that's how I really read the room. I know that, okay, you saying it's only going to take you 6 months. You giving yourself 6 months. Already then, I'm writing you off. I'm writing you off. I'm not going to put my time and effort in you. You know, I'm not going to find myself going the lengths to build you as a successful trader. Why? Unless you change your mindset. Unless you change, okay, I'm giving myself, give yourself 2 to 3 years. Let's see how far you can come then. I'm sure by that 2 to 3 year mark, you're going to find yourself looking back and you'll be like, you know what, I actually learned so much. Let's continue doing this.
Yeah, you know, because this whole thing takes time. I think that's why a lot of people don't want to invest that time. No. I feel like people really feel like when it comes to time is too precious. And they want things. And this is also influenced by the few unicorns we see on social media. You know, there are unicorns, people who have really kind of hit the jack, who have really gotten lucky for real.
Beginner's luck.
Yeah, no, 100%. And they've kind of maintained that luck. And those are unicorns right there. And I think a lot of people need to understand is that they're not really, they're never going to be unicorns, truth be told, because this thing requires time, effort, sacrifice as well. You spoke about that earlier on.
No, literally.
It really requires a lot. But at the beginning of MDS right now, what was going on in your life, in your trading right now? Because right now you just bought the Beamer right there at 18 for 400K. Now people want courses. There's a demand right now that's growing and people are coming to you. What's happening there?
You know, I'll be brutally honest with you. From that time, courses were fully booked. I don't think I had a course that was not fully booked. And I really took on the journey of being a good mentor around that time. And I won't tell you a word of a lie. We had weekly lectures. We would have weekly meetups at the office. Don't forget, it was a small group of clients. It wasn't a lot. And we had these weekly lectures and the small group of clients. And I can tell you, 80% of those individuals today are not trading. They're not. Why? Because they got in with the mindset of, I want to replicate this lifestyle. And that is that you basically, you're biting the bullet there. You're biting the bullet. You're not in it for the long run. So they had that instant gratification mindset. I want to see somewhat of success out of trading now. It's not going to happen. And that's why a lot of the traders that are that were with me, they're not in it anymore. But here's the crazy part about it. They did eventually message me back. And there's a few of them that's still trading today. But that few of them have really made a success out of their trading career. Now, what I have done over there compared to now, you know, number one, I've grown as a mentor, you know, 6 years of lecturing, 5 to 6, you could say. What I've done there compared to now, I found myself now recently when I'm conducting my courses, I will find myself actually having a word with them and spending the next 30 minutes just finding out who are the real time wasters and who are the ones that actually really want to make this a success. I don't give a damn if it's 3 to 4 years that it's going to take me. You know, the people that really make a success out of this is the people that really have nothing to lose. If you have nothing to lose, you're really going to give it a go. as long as it's actually going to take. You're just going to continue pushing through this. And I think the main thing I think I'm drifting away from that. I think the main thing to that is, if you're not going to put in the time now, if you're not going to find yourself really in your trading career, and this is one thing that I've went through in my beginning stage of my trading career, is that I've neglected a lot of important things in my journey, And since me not putting the time into the important things and not understanding that, yes, getting to your question again, trading does take time. If you're not going to do that and have that mindset, you're going to one day get the price of it. You're going to get the bill of regret handed to you. And you're going to look back and be like, you know what? I could have done things differently in my trading. I could have found myself doing certain things differently, which would have probably landed me to a different destination in my trading. I could have actually been successful. Because you're hearing traders, I'm a successful trader after 3 years, 4 years. I heard some traders are successful after 6 years. Look at that. All of that time wasted in your beginning stage. If you just had to do the right things in that time, you would have a much better destination to where you currently are right now. If you just had to do things the right way. I'm a very conservative trader. I'm totally against bar coding. I'm totally against over leveraging. And why I say that is, yes, many people is going to say to me, why are you against it? I'm making a success. Maybe that's your style of trading. I respect that. But for me and my personal opinion, you might as well just go to Grand West. You might as well just go to Sun International and go throw your money there.
Yeah.
Trading is supposed to be a game where you're finding yourself understanding that this is a probability game. And there's always one thing I always say to people. All you need to be is 50% of the time right. Mm-hmm. You just need to be 50% of the time right. Listen to this. 50% of the time. Mm. As long as you're risking 100 to gain 300, even being 50% of the time right, you're always going to be a profitable trader. And if you can just understand that aspect of things, that, okay, Mikes, I get where you're coming from. I actually don't have to be right all the time. Yes, you don't have to be. Can I be honest with you? I'm very honest and I'm very, transparent with my clients. 2 weeks ago, I had the best week of trading. All right, not in my life, but I had a fantastic week of trading. I haven't had a week of trading like that for quite some time. A fantastic week. Monday, take profit hit. Tuesday, take profit hit. Wednesday, take profit hit. Thursday, take profit hit. Friday, I didn't go in with my normal initial lot size. I went on a much smaller account. Take profit hit. Last week, brother, stop loss hit. Monday, stop loss hit. Tuesday, stop loss hit. Wednesday, stop loss hit. Thursday, stop loss hit. Friday. Isn't that 50% of the time right? Yeah. 1 week made money, next week lost money. Same amount once, same amount lost. I'm 50% of the time right. But you'll still see me smiling today. Why? Because I'm a profitable trader, not because I understand skill. Skill's out of the picture there. You lost so much money last week, Mike. I'm a profitable trader because of my money management. If you can just focus on your money management, and there's a saying that goes, if you fail with money management in your day-to-day life, you're going to be a failed trader with money management in your trading career. Mm-hmm. And that's 100% correct. Because, if that was the beginner trader me, going through that 1 week win, next week, a losing streak, I won't lie to you, I would have blew multiple accounts. I would have made a huge sum of money, which I'm so happy about, posted on social media. But the following week, I lost a significant amount, even more than what I made last week. Now, that's the beginning. That's the experience that I had to pay for in the beginning stage that got me to where I am today, where learning that money management is the most important thing in your trading career, and then understanding that, hey, 1 week, look at it like this. I have a kid on the way. I have a wife. I'm married. This is a question that a lot of people need to understand is that, bro, do you want to know the dark truth? A lot of your listeners are going to really be like, flip. A lot of your listeners are not going to like this question. But a question I love to ask people is this. Picture you have no source of income. You have a child. You have a wife. You have a bond to pay. Obviously, we're going to all live under our own roof one day. You have a car to pay for. If you didn't buy it cash, you have so much, you have to buy food. Everything's just getting more expensive. Now I'm going to go back to that again. You have no source of income. You don't work a 9 to 5. You don't study for a degree. You have nothing. You must look at that chart every single day. And your decision that you're going to make there will determine if the bills are going to be paid or you're going to have food on the table tonight or not. How does trading sound now? Exactly. Now, that's a question you should ask a beginner trader in their trading career. How does that sound now? And many of them are going to be shy and they're going to say, yo, I never thought of trading like that. I never thought of it like that. I never thought that the food that's going to be on the table tonight is actually going to come from the decision that I'm going to make on that laptop. That trigger I'm going to have to pull.
That's a mindset shift right there.
Exactly. So if you can understand that, you know what, you are going to be accountable for this. I'm someone, listen, I own an institute. People look down on people that make money from courses. To hell with you. I make money from courses. It's a business, mate. I have knowledge that make me money. And this knowledge, why not share it to others? Hey, there's a saying, you one source of income is not enough, eh? One source of income. All right.
Or the other one, the average million.
Yeah, the average
7.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much. So where's the problem with a trader today that's selling courses? Where's the problem with that? That's his source of income.
I think that's not the issue. Obviously, right now, I understand exactly where you're coming from. I think it's not particularly the problem. I think the particular problem is the bad apples that have been selling courses and not providing value for,
I hate them. Yeah. I hate them with a passion. I'm sorry, you come from Joburg, but there are a lot of them from Joburg, brother. I'm so sorry. To all of them. I'm not going to go to Joburg, so I'm fine. They can come here to Cape Town. Come guys, come.
Yeah.
Listen, there are so many, and your viewers need to hear this. There are so many of them. And I can tell you, they are more into their own lifestyle compared to their clients. If you're a mentor, understand that word. Mentor, bang, in bold, caps, cool. You're supposed to walk and take your client's hand from the beginning to the end, to the profitable stage in their trading career. What these guys are doing here now, and majority of them in Joburg, there's so many of them. There's some in Cape Town. They take your money, they send you a PDF, they do a course with you, and then poof, what happens after that? Nothing. Nothing happens after that. Do you think that there's no 3-day course or 5-day course, 10-day course that's going to make you a successful trader? There's none on this planet. The successful trader is built through constant mentorship. The mentor holding your hand every single step of the way. That's what's going to grow you into the trader that you would like to become. And seeing that a lot of institutes nowadays and a lot of mentors are, they're literally taking your buck and they catching the highway after that. They're spending it on amazing, lavish things like, okay, I don't want to say Gucci because I don't want to... Okay, let's say now, cut the bottom part off so people don't think that, okay, brother, you're talking about yourself here. Listen, what a lot of them do, they find themselves using your money that you just paid for the course to fuel a lifestyle. And what happens on that? You post that lifestyle on social media. Other people are going to see it and they're going to be like, oh, I can also do it as well. Then they're going to purchase your course and that's how the cycle goes. They're going to use your money for a lifestyle and this lifestyle for that. And listen, unfortunately, the brokers, where's the brokers? The brokers are paying for their bloody lifestyles as well. I know people in the bloody industry, mate. I know them personally. The brokers pay for their cars. The brokers pay for their cars, bro. You telling me what kind of role model are you trying to be? How can you ask the broker to pay for your car? I know people in the industry, the broker pays for their house as well. The brokers pay for their popping of champagne bottles on the weekend. No wonder why they have it on that. When they come with that billboard and they publish the broker's name. Yeah, because I bloody paid for that. Yeah. Exactly. What are you doing? All of those guys doing that, they have the wrong mindset. Going to somebody like that, honestly, you literally asking, excuse my French, you're asking to be fucked over now. I'm so sorry, but that's you asking for it. Go to somebody that's going to be real with you, that's going to tell you you're going to fucking fail in the beginning. Oh, yeah. You're going to fail in the beginning. Oh, yeah. I'm someone, I'll tell you, you're going to fail, my brother. Are you ready for that? Are you ready to lose money first? Are you ready for it? And if you can tell me, Yes, you a mentor that does that to your clients, give your clients the real taste on the beginning stage of your trading career. I literally salute you.
I think right now the phrase that's kind of become popularized is "come make money with me with the biggest broker." That particular line right there,
Wow.
I think it's become quite a problematic line right there. So based on what you're speaking on right now it's come make money with me on this particular broker.
You know, I don't look down on, that phrase in a way, because you know what? I look at it like from my side. Okay, can I tell you? I'll be honest with you. A lot of people, a lot of mentors won't break down into this. I do the same thing.
Okay.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
On day one of your course, I'm going to get you on my broker. You want to know why? I'm not charging you a cent for mentorship afterwards. But I know, so how it works is you're going on the broker, you sign up under the link. After being signed up under the link, you're going to find yourself, your trades that you take, some brokers even do, the bigger you're going to deposit, the more the mentor's going to get as a portion from the deposit. Now, it's called rebates, commission. Yeah, a lot of mentors are like, shit, don't bring this up. Yeah, trust me, a lot of mentors are saying this right now. Every trade the client takes, you get a lovely portion. I think like on a 0.01, I think you're looking at around 2 Rand, 1 Rand. Now picture you have thousands of clients under that. And a lot of them say, trade under me, trade with my broker, free signals. Now imagine thousands flocking over to that.
Okay.
Thousands of them flocking over. And with flocking over to that, what happens? They're going to find themselves actually making quite a good commission. Now, making that good commission, I don't look down on that.
Okay, yes.
I don't look down on it.
Yeah.
But what value are you giving to those clients that's currently trading at this moment? What value? Is it just someone that you know on Instagram or follows you on Instagram that you get paid off? I do that with my clients because I know the service that I'm going to give to them after this course. I know that they going to be so grateful for that 1 Rand, 2 Rand. You're not seeing the money come out from your side. I think the split really comes from either spread or something. But I don't mind my clients doing that and paying for me, and they don't mind it as well. Why? Because at the end of the day, they're getting something back in return. They're getting weekly lectures from me, Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. What mentor is doing that? They're getting their advanced course, 24/7 dedicated support, my brother. And you tell me, majority of that funds pays the business office off. Oh, what happens? You come to the trading floor, Monday to Thursday, sit with me and trade live with me. I know there's a few guys, and there's some real guys in the industry that do the live trading thing. And I heard from Chris, great guy, fantastic. Live trading with your clients, that is amazing.
Yeah.
You know, you're really showing you over there. Now, what I can say to you, a lot of the mentors, I'm doing that to pay off the office, all right? A space that they're utilizing, that they're going to benefit with.
Yeah.
But if you're using basically your rebates to fuel a lifestyle and not really give anything into return back to your clients, then I'm like, okay, what's actually happening here? You can do more for your clients, man.
Yeah.
They don't know you're making money from their trades. All right? Whether they win or lose, they don't know that. So at the end of the day, give something valuable back to your clients, because you know genuinely it's those clients that's helping you pay some expenses off.
Yeah.
That's making your life easier. So just do something valuable in return. All right?
And that's mentorship right there. Mentorship is a reciprocal relationship where both parties can learn from each other, share feedback, and support each other's growth.
100%.
And I think we've kind of seen mentorship as a one-way street.
Yeah.
Whereas it needs to be a two-way street.
It needs to be a two-way
Like what
street.
you're saying right now is that
Yeah.
if your link is being used,
Yeah.
that means that you're able to pay for office space at which you
can utilize. You're basically paying for it.
Yeah, but you're also benefiting as well. You're growing as a person. Like,
Thank you so much. It's a business.
Yeah, it's a business. It's growing, and they're growing as well.
100%.
So I think a lot of people, this is not just for the mentors as well. It's also for the people who are the mentees, rather. That
Yes.
When going to look for a mentor, also look for a mentor who is prepared to also kind of, when you guys get together, you're both growing.
100%.
Yeah.
You a mentor that's willing to take you on their journey with you. You know, I have over 3,000-4,000 clients. All right.
Sure.
In my Telegram group that I've taught for the past couple of years.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, if I don't look at my phone right now for the whole day, I'll probably have like 100 and odd, 200 messages from them. But I'm constantly on my phone. I'm constantly on my phone whole day. They have questions. I need to answer it. All right? At the end of the day, I look at MDS, the institute, in SA, number one. Why? First and foremost, you're getting valuable information. You're getting consistent mentorship. You're getting live trading with me. You know, not just only the education, but the practical. You're getting all of these good things. At the end of the day, I have never had to, I could say, market or try and say, hey, can you come do my course, please? Do this for me, please. Come do my course. I have never, in my life, I've never ever forced anybody. My clients come from referrals and my clients' results. That speaks for itself. If someone else is talking great about you, if someone else is boasting about you, that's what you need in the industry. That's what you need. That's how you should be building your clientele. Not from, you know what, look at it to be free signals, join my group. Okay, cool. I understand why you're doing that. But really, be transparent in certain things. Give value. And one of the main reasons, you know, signals, I don't look down on. Signals, not a problem, you know. But I've never ever heard of a client that, maybe it's just me, I've never really heard of a client that is successful from signals. Do you want to know why?
Yeah, me too.
You want to know why?
Yeah.
Is because the person giving the signals is the one educated. All right? He's the educated one.
Okay.
He's the one that understands that he can take a loss today but still be profitable. The person taking the signal, on the other hand, is the one that's actually uneducated on sometimes even how to use the MetaTrader 4 platform, and uneducated on the risk management and your risk parameters that have to be in place when you take this trade. And that's why you always see the signal provider profitable, and you're always seeing the client at the end of the day is like, I'm not doing so well, that signal was shit. You took a win with you, a TP hit, and you made a huge amount of money, and the next signal you took a stop loss. You're fine, but the client just blew their account. So it's not the signals that's the problem. It's the person taking the signals. Because you can give me any signal provider.
Okay.
I'll take signals from somebody, and you give me this person, and if you say to me, Michael, this person is only 50% of the time right, you're not probably going to like that. If you like new in the industry and you hearing this guy is 50% of the time right, you're not going to like that. Why?
Yeah.
Because you're like, I want to win every day. I want to make money every day. While me, if you're going to say to me 50% of the time right, let's do the stats here. If I can risk $10 on every trade to gain $30 on every trade, even being 50% of the time right, I say this again, you're going to be a profitable client taking signals.
Yeah.
If you can just make the change over there in taking signals, understand the risk parameters, let him do the analyzing, you just work on your money management. You will be a profitable client at the end of the day. And I think that's something that signal providers need to be open with and educate your clients. Don't just send them the link to the group. Take this trades, here we go, this is how we send the signals. Educate your clients on actually how to use a MetaTrader 4 platform. Give them a spreadsheet to actually calculate their risk if they are, and do something different. Don't just find yourself sending a signal saying, stop loss, take profit. They're not going to know that. People taking signals doesn't know that. They're not even going to know where to put a stop loss. You know, the clients taking signals need to be educated to know, hey, before you send that signal, tell your client how much he's probably going to risk. So he can take that amount of risk, put it into a spreadsheet and see that, okay, he's going to risk this amount. If you can acknowledge and educate your clients, I think you would have a higher chance on having a success rate in your signals compared to just saying, buy now, sell now, stop loss, take profit. Take profit or close your trade, stop loss, break even, secure partials, something like that. Do something different in the industry when it comes down to something like that. I don't look down on signals, but give more to your clients.
Yeah, no, that is absolutely true. You know, earlier on you spoke about failure. You know, I've got a quote here: "Failure is essential. Trial and error is necessary." And necessary suggests that something is required or needed to achieve a particular goal or outcome. So meaning that trial and error is
It's vital.
it's important.
It's important. It's very important.
Yeah. Let's talk about the times of trial and error in your life.
Losses.
Yeah, trial and error
Losses.
that have put you where you are today.
Losses. I think just changing the way how you look at it.
Yeah.
You know, I always bring this up. I had a youngster. I was walking in the mall, and he came running up to me and he tapped me on the shoulder. He was like, "Hey, are you MDS?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm MDS. How can I help you? Talk to me." First of all, don't run up from behind and tap me on the shoulder, because I'm thinking, "Oh, brother, yeah, it starts, you know." yeah,
But to throw hands.
Yeah, I'm the one to throw hands, bro. You give me a fright. We live in Cape Town, yeah. But I think, you know, he asked me the question. He was like, "Mike, is there any way I can remove my losses out of my trading career?" Do you want to know what my response was? I asked him this question. I want you to picture you run a business right now. Yeah. All right? You run a business right now. This is a business. All right? Mm-hmm. Can you remove your expenses from running your business and still expect your business to be profitable? Now, what am I trying to direct this to?
Yeah.
Your expenses is what? Your losses.
Losses, yeah.
That's your losses. If you speak to any businessman today, and a successful businessman, what they're going to say to you, a business is derived on this phrase, profitable one. Gross profit minus by what? Expenses equals what? Net profit. Is there any way we can remove the expenses? No. Take this away. Take the cameras away. Take the lights away. Take the TV away. Take where we're currently sitting. Take these chairs away. Take your iPad away. I don't think you'll be able to do this right now.
Yeah.
And the same thing in trading. There's no way you can remove your losses out of your trading career. Trading was never supposed to be an easy game. Talking about losses, I have a lot of people asking me, Michael, how can you go through losses? How do you come back after a big loss? How do you really, you know what? First of all, I think understanding that, number one, it's part of the game. I always tell my clients, you're going to lose money. The key to success in this industry is understanding this. You are guaranteed to make, but you're also guaranteed to give money back. The key to success here is you in control of how much you want to give back. You came back from a big loss. Is there anything you could have prevented it? Yeah, you could have. Maybe it was overtrading and that. You could have prevented that. Losses are just part of the game, bro. You just have to really, you know, some people are really soft to it. Some people are hard to it in the point where they really try to get back at the market. But I think that losses in this industry, I think we need to post more of our losses than posting of our wins. I really, you know,
people aren't going to get clients.
Bro, exactly. But I think that is the best way for the industry, because I don't give a damn if you're not going to get clients. I think, just to be honest with you, that's the best way for this industry, because now the expectation versus the reality is going to be so much different now. If you just publish your losses, I'm showing you. I went on social media. It was in the evening. I just came from a lovely supper with my wife, and I asked her to take a video of me while I was driving. And I just spoke and I said, guys, you know what? Last week I had a fantastic week. 2 weeks ago, I had a fantastic week of trading. This week, the market is really showing me who's boss. I just published that on social media, and there were so many mentors that was like, yo, bro, I wish I could say it. Thank you for saying this. A lot of traders being like, also, Michael, you know what? I'm going through a tough time in my trading. I'm so happy you're talking about all of this losses. It enlightens me to know that you are 8 years in. You being 8 years in, you're also going through this. Losses are just part of the game. You need to be that disciplined individual to get back to the market the same day, the next day, and just be 1% better. Don't let your emotions get hold of you to try now and find yourself making yesterday back up. It shouldn't work like that. You should literally just jump into the markets with the same mindset. Losses in this trading industry.
Yeah.
Trading itself, losses is part of the game. You need to understand that. If you're not comfortable taking the risk, you're going to work for somebody that is going to take the risks on your behalf.
Yeah.
We don't want that. So why don't we just become comfortable with our risks? Become comfortable with the reason why people don't like it, because they lost something they couldn't afford to lose. That's why. So already have that mindset that whatever I'm going to be giving to the market today, am I comfortable giving that? You know, we have a lot of traders, and I deal with this quite often, is that traders come from a bad week of trading and they really struggle to get back in it the following week. Your weekends, number one, should be you reflecting on that week that literally just passed.
Yeah.
All right? Reflecting on it. Is there anything you could have done better? Is there anything you could have avoided? Be that 1% better next week. Now, next week comes, you find yourself, you're going to be fearful of entering trades because you don't know if last week's happenings are going to happen this week now as well. So what you're going to find yourself doing, you're going to have fear of jumping into the market. You're going to have fear of having that same actual feeling happen this week in trading. You're just going to be so hesitant to trade. So what happens now is, I always tell the clients, like, when you wake up in the morning, say to yourself, I am going to give X amount to the market. If I am a good trader today or a bad trader today, I'm willing to risk $50. If you can say that and you're comfortable with giving the market at $50, you should not have that doubt in you where it comes down to your analysis on that particular day of trading. You should be so confident saying, if I'm right today, fantastic. If I'm wrong today, I'm losing something that I can afford. It's only 50 Rand.
Yeah.
And that is what's going to give you and bless you with that consistency in trading. Is waking up every morning and being happy with your risk. And that's something I do. I'm going to tackle my trading today. All right? I'm going to go to the office very, very soon. And I'm going to be trading in front of probably 15 individuals. And the first thing I'm going to say to them is, guys, are you happy with your risk that you're willing to give to the market? Many of them is going to be like, yes, Mike, I'm happy with it. Let's go. Let's see what Nasdaq's going to give us today. When that traders hit the stop loss with me, they're not leaving the office in a sad, oh, I'm demotivated, what's happening? Because I asked them that question. Are you happy with your risk that you're going to give the market? I'm already putting you in check now to say to you, listen, today, we're either going to make money or we're going to give money back. There's no way you can expect any trader around the world to be right every single bloody day. We're going to have a good week of trading, but you're going to have a bad week of trading. Are you, as a trader, ready for that? You know? And I think, you know what? I even found myself, at the end of the day, I have private mentorship with my clients. All right? I have a lot of clients that do private mentorship with me. And they went through that exact bad week of trading with me last week. And the difference is, I'm happy that they are grateful for it, because they even said to me, Mike's, 2 weeks ago, we made so much money. I'm so happy with 2 weeks ago's trading. And last week for them was just a week of, we just gave a small portion back. Yeah. They have the right mindset. And that is what's going to grant you consistency in this industry. Nothing else.
No.
You know? So yeah. I really think it's just what makes you consistent. Whatever makes you consistent. To me, what I feel makes people consistent is their money management. Yeah. Losses are fucking part of the game, whether you like it or not.
Your whole thing right now, it's coming down to money management.
Bro,
everything comes down to that's the
main
grail.
thing. That's the holy grail. Because look at it like this. I can tell you, if you put, and I wish I had a drawing board for this, and I can actually draw up this for you. I always give a trader 1 and a trader 2 analogy. Trader 1, every single trade. You know, if you want to be a successful trader, choose between the two. Do you want to risk 90 to gain 90? Or do you want to risk 30 to gain 90? If you're choosing the risk 30 to gain 90, if you put 5 wins and 8 losses on a table, risking 30 to gain 90, you will see that you are a profitable trader from that. That's 5 wins and 8 losses. If I had to tell you, yo, bro, you really want to interview me? I have 5 wins and 8 losses. You're probably going to be like, nah, I don't think this guy is skilled enough. Trading is supposed to be a game of, if you're going to give back what you are willing to lose, not what you previously profited. Not that. Because what I see in a lot of traders today, you show me your trading history, You've made 1,000 rand, you lost 700. Come on now. Where is the money management to that? You should be risking at least I wouldn't say a third. You should be at least risking half or less than what you've just profited. Because understanding, again, I say this again, your strike rate is understanding that every trader needs to look at what is their percentage strike rate. If you are right at least 60, 70, 80% of the time, it differs from trader to trader, a difference from strategy to strategy. If you are right, look at it to be 80 to 60 to 50, 40 even, 40% of the time right. If you at least just have your risk management in place, you're going to be a profitable trader. People are expecting that after a trade, after a week of trading, I should actually be successful and I should have every trader win. It's not going to be like that, mate. Mm-hmm. If you can just understand that, you will set your sight from many traders in this industry.
Yeah. No, that's true. And you know, you're talking right now, and it's like people, it's not about blaming, when you kind of remove blaming somebody else for your losses, you know, and other kind of taking responsibility for your own losses, you know, because blame doesn't empower you. It keeps you stuck in a place you don't want to be, because you don't want to make the temporary but painful decision to be responsible for the outcome of your own life's happiness. That's literally what you were just talking about, right? Especially when you were talking about the losses that you took with the clients as well, they took as well. So it's like they were not blaming you. It's like, Mike,
hey, what's happening? Why are we going through this? Because they want to know why. Because they understand what trading is. They understand that we can have a good day, we can have a bad day. We can have a good week, we can have a bad week. They understand that can take place anytime, anywhere. What sets them aside to those clients that blame their mentors and blame their signal providers, what sets them aside is the fact that my clients actually understand what makes you profitable and what keeps you profitable through something like that. You know, what's going to keep you profitable through a time of you are going through literally the dirt in trading. Again, they understand that we don't know. You're opening up the market. Yes, you're saying you're super excited for Monday. Monday's a new week of trading. Let's secure the bag. You don't know if you're going to secure the bag or not, mate. Let's be honest. You don't know that. So what measure are you going to put in place so that you can at least, at the end of the day, again, I say this, if you're a full-time trader, you should know that your bread, your butter is going to come from your trading this week. If you're going to be irresponsible, you are literally going to put your family to the side, you're throwing them under the rug. What's going to happen? Where's the money going to come for food? Where's the money going to put end of the month? You have bills, you have debit orders is going to come off. Where's the money going to come from that? If you're going to be an irresponsible trader, you know, to be a responsible trader is understanding that, listen, you in trading not just because of the money, you're in trading because of the time freedom that you want. The freedom, the time freedom. You want to live life on your own terms. Understanding that and knowing that, yes, you are responsible for every single trade you take, that's a game changer. If you just understand that you are responsible for everything and understand that the things that needs to be put in place so that you can still have a positive outcome from a bad week, a positive outcome from a good week. A bad week, for example, if you can understand the measures that you put in place to have a positive outcome from a bad week, you're really going to be reaching for the stars. And that's what makes a successful trader. You know, that's what really makes a top trader. I'll be honest with you. You know,
100%.
So I think, you know, the main thing is a tip to the industry is like, just have the right mindset. If you're starting out in trading, cut out all the bullshit. You're focusing on what? You're focusing on learning. You're focusing on learning what is important. You're focusing on ironing out your creases, dotting your I's, crossing your T's. You're focusing on, if you're a trader in this industry for quite some time and you're not where you are today, you look at what are the things that's affecting me in my trading. Some people might say psychology. Some people might say it potentially could be they're just a losing trader. you put the finger on the pulse on the things that's not going your way. I'm a losing trader. Again, I'm going to say it to you. Check out your money management. You are somebody that you're not, your skill set, there's something wrong with your skill. All right? Don't expect every trade to go your way, but if it's happening at least 90% of the time, all your trades are just not going your way, then hey, you have something to focus on over there. What's happening with your skill set? If it's something with, I'm really struggling with my psychology, try and pinpoint the thing that you're struggling with. Some of it might be greed, revenge, overtrading. And if you're asking for change and not willing to make the change, don't expect results. If you're not making a change in your trading career, you're not going to grow. You know, I look at it like myself. I'm quite behind trading, I have quite a personal journey where it comes down to my spirituality. Obviously, I'm someone that I embraced Islam, all right? And I have quite a personal journey with myself and my creator. And there's one thing that you can throw to both, not just trading, but to your spiritual life. If you're not going to make the change, you're not going to see a change. I had youngsters, I had a lot of people, my brother, in my beginning stage or my come up in my trading, that I said to jump on trading with me. Come, let's do this thing together. Yeah. So I can have a trading buddy. They didn't. They literally ignored me. Today, they literally want to get back. They want to get into trading. They literally are like, Mike's, I'm not happy with where I am in my life right now. I want to make a change. Why couldn't you do it years ago? Why now? And then again, they're still doing the same shit in the weekends. They're still trying to live this life. One day you're going to have to pull up your socks. Mm-hmm. And I think at the end of the day, you know, for me, you need to really, in trading, you really need to just humble yourself. You know, you can post a fantastic week of trading. Let me tell you one thing. A bird flying high. You can look out there. A bird flying high has to come down to eat. You're going to be humbled. This market's going to humble you. And it really comes down to how you're going to take it, which will determine if you're going to be in this industry for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sure. Shall we get into some... like I'm trying to time it. Shall we get into some trading? Just a bit of trading right now. What is your current approach to the market?
I love smart money concepts.
Oh yeah,
SMC, man. I'm those guys.
Yeah, I know. I've been getting bashed right now for not having enough SMC traders on here. I've been having a lot of other concepts, but I need, so let's get into that just a bit so that the people can be happy at home as well.
Yeah. Where's the SMC guys? All the guys that love ICT, Mike's, Man, my name's also Michael. Listen, I first, in the beginning stage of my trading career, I was mainly making use of retail concepts. Now, what's your retail concepts? It's more of your trend lines, your support resistance, what else do they use?
Price action,
candlesticks. I know what a bullish engulfing is. I know what a bearish engulfing is, but I don't use it. All right? It's crazy. I know and I understand that. And I'm not talking bad about the guys that use trend lines and support and resistance and Elliott wave theory and Fibonacci. It works. It really works. I actually found myself starting off like that, all right? And I was profitable from it. I wasn't profitable from that strategy. I was profitable from my money management, all right? I understood that I was going to be right, I was going to be wrong. Money management in place, I'm profitable. Great. Now, getting into and transitioning, transitioning over to SMC, all right? You know, it was quite challenging. A lot of traders say that nah, I don't want to learn smart money. I don't want to learn this. It sounds like it's like a degree on its own. It's like, yeah, you need to have your degree in this to understand smart money. It's not really that. Wow. Okay, I'm so sorry. I can actually see a beautiful hurricane driving. Yeah, I think you should. It's a green one. It's like actually down there. It's beautiful. Honestly, sorry. Yeah, you're gonna have to cut that part out. I was just like in love with that part now. I will say to you that for me, it's understanding more about why the markets do what the markets do. You know? You understand why price, the break and the retest of a trend line, uptrend, you break, retest, sell. Why does the market do certain things? Why did the market not just respect that trend line in the very beginning? Why did it break and retest? I found out a little bit more about the concept of liquidity. Liquidity basically drives on the understanding of why price goes to where it needs to go. Price always just does two things. Price loves to take out old highs and old lows of the market. Literally go back this on NASDAQ. You'll see it loves to just take out old highs and take out old lows. And price literally just loves to do lovely turning points of, people say, fair value gaps, imbalances, you name, they have different, some people say PDRAs, there's different words for it. So understanding the transition, why I went over was mainly because trendline support to resistance is not that it wasn't working for me. It's just the fact that I'm always somebody that I want to further my knowledge. I want to know more. And I want to increase my strike rate. Your strike rate is how many times you're actually going to be right out of 10, out of 100. I want to increase that. And through increasing that, that's where I really had to learn a little bit more. And smart money, I can tell you, it's doing it for the past 2 to 3 years, I can tell you it has made quite a big change in my trading. It was a lot of work to understand, but a lot of people, they mess it up. You want to trade the silver bullet. You want to trade the silver bullet at what is daylight saving now? All right, so New York open at sub 3, and you're going to want to trade silver bullet at 4. Then you're trying to trade PM session. Then you want to catch London session on GU, or you want to catch on GBP CAD. You're trying to basically eat out of every basket. Now, for me, one thing that resonates with me is I will choose a model on SMC that works for me. All right? And what I love is the market maker model. All right? MMXM. Market maker buy, market maker sell model. Okay. Literally understanding, and you can go back this. If you can just look on there's something called time frame alignment. You need to know your time frame alignments. If you're on this time frame, you need to jump to that. If you're on that time frame, you need to jump to this. It differs from what trader you are. Are you swing? Are you intraday? Are you scalp? Now, I'm someone that I'm a scalper. I'm quick and I'm out. I don't have time to hold my trades for the day. I like less pressure on my shoulders. So I like to work on the 1 hourly. I'll always look at the 1 hourly time frame. I'll wait for an old low and an old high to find itself actually being taken. Then I'll find myself jumping onto the 5-minute time frame. And from that 5-minute time frame, what I love to actually do, I'll look for a market structure shift. I'll look for probably previous liquidity on the lower time frame that needs to get taken out before a shift. When you see that market structure shift, your higher high that you see, you get your Fibonacci out, previous low to previous high, you buy at the discount, price is below the 50, you look for your fair value gap in that area, that you buy. You take your trade into the next, you take your trade into the next draw on liquidity. Now, another thing to add on to this is what I've been focusing on recently, which is amazing, is internal and external liquidity. You're thinking of me, I'm 8 years in the market, you think I should know my shit. I'm still a student of the market, mate.
Yeah, we're all students.
Every single day I'm learning more shit. And that's what I love about trading. You can look down onto me how much you want. Every single day, I'll listen to you. If you can break down a chart for me, I will listen to you and I'll be like, I took something away from this. Amazing, thank you. I don't have pride in myself. We all students of the markets. We're all here to learn. We shouldn't be trying to compete with each other. We should be working together. There's enough money to make here, mate. Why are you going? I see traders bashing at each other on social media. there's so much money to be made. There's enough money for everybody in this industry. How many trillion-dollar market is this? Depends.
Seven now.
Seven.
Averaging
Yes, 7.
daily.
Come on, man. You can take your piece of the pie easily away. You don't need to find yourself, you don't need to find yourself bashing each other. This market is something that you're going to learn. You're a student of it. I love it. One thing that I've learned recently, I've been really enjoying external and internal liquidity.
Okay.
And this is something amazing for you to practice. No, like really, you promised me you're going to practice this.
Okay, got you.
On NASDAQ, on the 5-minute or the 1 hourly time frame, external liquidity is known as your previous highs and lows.
Okay, but before we get to
Yes.
liquidity.
Liquidity, what is it?
Yes, what is liquidity?
Liquidity
For the sake
is
of-
basically money.
Yeah.
That is people's money. Retail traders' money in the market. So look at it like this. If we can look at two equal lows, doesn't always have to be equal. What happened from those lows? From the low, the market went up. From the low, the market went up. Who pushes price up? Buyers. All right? If buyers push price up from that area, we all know the double bottoms and the double tops. That double bottom is liquidity. That double top is liquidity. Why? Because people are buying from the bottom. People are selling from the top. There are still people that's in from the bottom. And that people's money is called liquidity. That's why they call it a liquidity pool. All right? A pool of liquidity. So that is other people's money from other trades that they have taken and probably still is in the market. So if you bought from that low and that low is liquidity, that's your money sitting there on that buy just waiting to get stopped out. That's why they say we just took liquidity. All right? We took your money that you were in from that buy sitting there.
I see.
So I think that, you know what? The liquidity pool, understanding that, getting to the external and internal.
Yeah.
All right? External range liquidity, they know it as ERL. And internal range liquidity, they know it as IRL. All right? External range liquidity, look at it to be your old highs. All right? Your old highs in the market. And internal is your fair value gaps. Now, what price likes to do, what I've always noticed, is it likes to take out external. What's external again? That's your old highs, old lows. Price will take out old highs, old lows. And then after taking it, it likes to pull itself back to a internal. So it literally goes from external to internal. Taking out the old high or low, whatever, and then it runs to a fair value. Back test it. You will see it happen over and over and over and over. It will take out the low and then pull back into a fair value. After it taps the internal, it needs to run back to external. Take out another low. NASDAQ's chart yesterday, NASDAQ was literally plunging to the downside. On the lower time frame, I think it was in the 1 minute, 3 minute time frame, it literally took out external, pulled back into internal. External, pull back into internal. If it breaks structure, it takes a lower high, it creates a high high. That's it taking external. What does it have to do? Pull back to internal. It just does that all the bloody time. So if you know that as a concept, that as a model, study it, focus on it, and make that your bread and your butter for the rest of your life. You just need one trade. You don't need to catch all that moves. Just catch the one move that's going to, with a good risk to reward. That's your trade for the day.
Yeah.
You know, and I think to be honest with you, I'm still learning. And that's the one thing I love about trading, is that it's a never-ending learning journey. That guy, I told you that in the market for 27, 28 years, that literally gave me the blueprint to how to be a profitable trader. Talking to me about money management, he literally said to me, when it comes down to your trading, you want to believe this, the man he's 27, 28 years in the market, but he doesn't analyze a chart. That's very strange. You're 27, 28 years in, but you don't analyze a chart. I always ask that same question. And he was like, yeah, Mike, I don't need to stress about the charts, because imagine me stressing about being right or wrong, even through a game of probability. I was like, okay, I see why you're saying that. So even if you don't care if you're going to make or lose, you're just going to blame that on, even if I was analyzing a chart, I probably would have made the same mistake. And I was like, that's where I understood it. I think the skill to it really is the bonus point to everything. You know, your skill should just be a bonus point to your trading, not the game changer thing. And I think, always being a student of the market, I've really been enjoying it. You're always learning. I know there's a lot of traders out there. Don't look down, as there's a lot of mentors. I learned from my traders myself. I can tell you, can I be honest with you? I have traders in my institute that are better than me today. They are flipping good. Yes, they may be seeking more knowledge. They're learning more. They're having more of a drive than me. My life is busy. It's not just trading that I do. It's not just teaching that I do. Not just mentorship. I have other businesses as well. I have other things that I do. And I think that, yes, a lot of people have more time, and that's where they're like, they're focusing mainly on their charts, learning certain things. But I really want you, bro, go practice that internal and external thing.
100%.
You'll thank me again.
100%. All right, now just to wrap it up now. Okay, so I'm gonna ask this question: what has been your biggest loss that you've taken in trading? But it doesn't have to be a monetary loss, if you understand. Just the biggest loss where you felt like that's the biggest one you've ever had. Even if it can be monetary, that's fine. But you get what I'm asking.
This was I think it was last year. It was either beginning of last year or it was 2 years ago, but it was in February. I'll never forget it. A year, 2 years ago in February. Myself and my wife, we were in Durban in Zimbabwe. And February, I just was not having it in the market. I was finding myself having a pathetic month of trading. All right. And I think I just let everything go. I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I was conducting live trading with my traders. And I'll never forget. I literally felt like I just wanted to jump off of 14, in Belito, there by Belito Capital, the capital, Zimbabwe. All right. It's quite a big hotel. All right. Quite high up. And I was doing live trading, and after that, we hit a stop loss. All right, we hit a stop loss that day. Now, I had a stop loss that I couldn't fathom. I couldn't absorb that stop loss because I just didn't have enough time to calculate my risk and my reward on that trade. So I'm gonna thumb suck a lot size out of my pocket. And my wife's a full-time trader as well. All right, and I thumb sucked this lot size, and because hey, here we go, prices come to my entry. I have to be quick here. I don't have time to still go onto my calculator and find out if I'm gonna go with this risk lot size, how much am I risking, whatever. I didn't have that time, so I went in with my normal standard lot, because when you go into MT4, it still has your previous lot size that you used on there. So I literally just went on there, and I'll never forget it. I clicked buy. And great, it was a stop loss. Now understand that I didn't calculate that risk. I lost an amount that I wasn't planning to lose. Now, you need to understand me as an individual. I am now in the shit. I literally lost a whole week of risk on the table. I lost Monday's risk, Tuesday's risk, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday's risk. All right? That's how I split it up. And through losing that week risk in one trade in 15 minutes, I'm feeling like, flip, what's happening here? Great. I felt so shit. End of the week, we were about to leave Zimbabwe. All right? Now, myself and the wife, we had to go to Home Affairs. All right? And we were sitting because we had to go get our passport sorted because we were going to fly to Mauritius for a vacation. All right. And we're sitting in the Home Affairs line. And here I'm sitting and I'm like, I know I hit the whole week's risk already. Maybe here's a trade set up here, man. Come, Max. I'm telling the wife, babe, you want to take this trade with me? He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm like, okay, leave me to me, okay? Now, in the Home Affairs line, there's no chairs, no? So picture me lumming on the floor with my MT4 like this. I'm literally chilling like this. I'm waiting. I took a loss in that trade. Now, understand that I'm a whole week's risk down, and I lost next week's risk. So I lost extra now.
Sure.
Myself and the wife, we went to the office because I had a lecture to conduct. Now it's New York session. And now I'm thinking, I can get one trade and make this all back. That set me back at least, my brother, at least 200 and odd thousand rand down. It was very, very hard for me to swallow that pill. Do you ever take a loss, bruh, where you take a loss now and you don't even smack to eat afterwards? You can't drink anything. You don't want to even talk to anybody. You know the day when you eat the TP, you will smile at the people that's in your car. Like, hey, how's it? The day you eat the stop loss, you don't even want to fucking listen to the radio, bruh. It was that feeling.
Jeez.
And I literally thank God that from continuous withdrawals that I have made in the past, I did find myself taking some of the money that I have made back then and redeposited back into my account to bring my account back to where it was and to where it's supposed to be. You know, so it wasn't just one big loss. It came from a week, 2 weeks of total emotion.
Yeah.
You know,
it sounds like pure emotion right there.
It's pure emotion. And I say this again, as much as I'm saying to you, please don't let your emotions get involved. Money management. Just understand one thing. I'm human. I'm going to make mistakes as well. I'm going to jump into the psychology trap of trading as well. You know? So you going through it right now, don't feel too bad. We go through it as well.
Yeah.
Trust me. So don't think there's the grass is always green on our side. Yeah, we're profitable. We know what we're doing. But, you know, we also go through psychology. I also like this. I just know how to deal with it. And you learn how to deal with it through your experience in this industry.
Yeah.
When you learn. You know, you've went through traumas like this. You know, you go through trauma in your life numerous times. Eventually, you do learn how to deal with it. You know, and how I deal with it is I just literally turn off the lights and I fucking sit in the charts whole bloody evening. Whole weekend, I sit. What did I do wrong? Is there anything I could have better? It builds the confidence for me to have another better week of trading. So yeah, I think that's it for me. You know, I think if there's anything I can just really tell the traders, trading will make you money. But if you're not going to change, nothing's going to change. You need to learn your own issues in this industry. You need to learn what type of person you are. Forget about the strategy. That can come later. But learn how to control your emotions. Losses are part of the game again. Learn how to control your own emotions because it's your emotions, it's your psychology, good money management that's going to grant you consistency in this industry. If you can get that right, you'll thank me again. Trust me.
Perfect. No, thank you so much, Michael Schmidt.
Michael Schmidt.
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 No, thank you so much,
It's
Michael.
only a pleasure, man.
Nah, I appreciate you, appreciate your time, appreciate the knowledge and everything that you've poured out today, especially for the viewers there. I trust and hope that even just one person's life can just be changed.
Just one person, I don't mind.
Yeah, but I trust you'll be a couple thousand right now.
Yeah, man. And I'm looking forward to, I know you have a productive day ahead.
Yes.
I have quite a relaxing day. What's the time? I think it's nearly 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm going to do right now?
Okay.
Oh, I got an actual message saying, Mike's, Mr. Schmidt, you need to pay your TV license.
Oh, I've been getting that.
You need to pay your TV license.
They've been on our cases. They've been.
I'm gonna find myself now going to the office.
Yeah.
The trading floor is open. You know, the trading floor is here in Cape Town. When you have time before you go, come through.
Yeah.
Come check out the offices. I think you'll love it. Just meet some of the traders. We have some bloody good traders. Maybe you can find yourself interviewing some of them as well.
Yeah.
Some of them. That's
Definitely, when we come back to Cape Town, I think our schedule right now is packed.
Nah,
but I
definitely.
think definitely when you come back,
Make time.
time.
Pull through to the office.
100%.
Sit with the traders,
Yeah.
like-minded individuals. And I think, I'll be heading to the trading floor now. I'll see the traders from 2 o'clock today.
All right.
And I have a lecture this evening with the MDS traders. But man, listen, I just want to say thank you so much. I know I have another podcast coming up with actually Rydal Flicks.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%. I have
that's
another
beautiful.
a podcast coming as well. That's a great guy. Respect on that guy. You should actually bring him in here, man. I think the main thing is for me, just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
May God bless your business. Top Trader SA. Soon it should be Top Trader International, please.
Yes.
And just thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
That's a pleasure. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this episode of Market Masters, the Cape Town tour, where I sit down with all the prominent traders and individuals from this end of the world. And I'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we're out.
Salam.
Trading, and that's what I started realizing. If I'm going to come to the desk and I'm going to come to my job, you're not going to go to your job half hangover the next day. So what did happen is I lost like 24 grand straight off of that, and then I lost another 10. If you want to get into trading, 1, have balls of steel. 2, don't get heartbroken if US 50 breaks your heart. The problem now in our society is it's the lack of information. That's why the rich stay rich and the poor stay poor. Because naive traders do. They think they know everything after a 2-day course or even a week in this game. It's all now. Now's the last time you can do it. If you check a lot of ads nowadays, now's your last chance to join this thing. Now's this. So our society is now so rushed so that we feel rushed. And if you rush success, you tend to meet failure a lot sooner than you would have done on your usual journey. I don't calculate what I'm going to make. I'm calculating what I'm going to lose.